You can nest comps within other comps to have a lot more control and work with smaller chunks in your project. Now, personally, I do very complicated comps that have a lot of audio and special effects and all kinds of nonsense happening. So instead of having everything in one long timeline that just goes forever and ever, I break it down. Now, another reason you might want to use this technique I'm about to show you is when you want to do a RAM preview. Think about it. If you have 10 minutes of just one long timeline with tons and tons of different special effects, it could really slow After Effects down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new comp to this particular document by going to Composition, New Composition. Now you would typically think that this would close the other one, but it doesn't. It gives you another comp that you can rename and change the settings of and everything. So I'll leave it as Comp 2 for now and click OK. Take a look in our project panel. We have Comp 1, which has the picture of the shrimp, and Comp 2, which is completely blank. Likewise, we have Comp 1 and Comp 2 down here. So what I'm going to do is head over to Comp 2, and I'm going to just draw out a shape. I'll just draw out a star like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to animate that. So I'll hit R on my keyboard, and I'll click on the rotation property. I'll move a little bit in my timeline, and I'll rotate it quite a bit. And as you see here, I have some animation. So this is my other comp, and what I'm going to do is go back to my original comp. Once again, click on Comp 1 and Comp 2 to see the previews up here. Now what I can do is I can actually add Comp 2 to this comp by simply going up to my project panel, clicking on Comp 2, and simply dragging it into position right on top of the original. Now, when I scrub the timeline, I have a spinning star on top of this particular piece of footage. So that's a great use in After Effects to speed up your workflow and to work in bite-sized chunks. Think of working with different comps like working with different scenes in a different program. So you have your actors doing something in one comp, and then in a second comp you have them doing something completely different, but then you can combine them, if you like, in one timeline by simply overlaying them. You can also reposition these by moving them down or up in the timeline. And you can also apply your special effects to these comps. But one of the things you might want to do is go back to the original comp that you created. For example, here's Comp 2, and then add your effects here, and it will update when you return to this comp. For example, on the star, what I can do is I can add a new solid, for example. And I will leave it as black solid and click OK. And what I'll do quickly is just add a little bit of, let's see here, a little bit of rain, as I usually do. I'll leave it as it is, but I will right-click on it and add a different blending mode. I think I'll go with Screen. And then I'm going to return back to Comp 1. Notice how we have the star with the rain, and it's updated. So that's just another example of how you can combine different comps together. And once again, it's called nesting.